Hey guys, how you doing? Sorry, it seems like it's been forever since I've been on here, but I've been so busy with my other work. But today I have a good topic. It's one of my favorites, and it has to do a lot with the visualization that I've been talking about. And soon we'll be jumping into food, so that is around the corner. That's coming. So today I wanted to tell you just, gosh, there's a lot actually. So it's a little bit about how our brains keep us wrapped up. I was talking about visualization being a good thing. And here we're going to learn on how it's actually stopping us as well. And okay, well, here I go. By the time we're 35, 95% of our mind is just like a memorized set of behaviors, emotional actions, unconscious habits, hardwired attitudes, beliefs, and perceptions, and we're just really running on like a computer or program. We're programmed to do certain things. 95% of us. And that's our subconscious mind. So, every day we're just we're reliving the same life. I mean, we get up on the same bed, we brush our teeth, we go to the bathroom, we take a shower, drink our coffee, we go to the work, we drive to work the same way, we see the same people every day. And it's pretty much like Groundhog Day, right? We're just doing the exact same thing every day. So 5% of our brain, it's our conscious mind, it's saying, I want to be happy, I want to be healthy, I want to be free of feeling stuck. So our subconscious mind is on a whole different program from our conscious mind. And remember what I said about visualizations on how if we picture what we want to happen and attach an emotional state to that, what are we doing when we're thinking about our past experiences that we're not fond of? We really tend to think of those and put an emotional state to those, and they stick with us. Our brain thinks we're reliving that same situation over and over, and it becomes an identity of us, and that's what creates a limitation. So tapping into the analytical mind by doing like meditations or visualizations, you are slowing that down. You are getting off autopilot. And this is the space where things can start to change. And I know right when you start doing that, it's going to feel a little bit weird. It's not going to work right away, but you got to play with it, see what works for you. Most people wait until they have a diagnosis or they have a trauma or a loss, and that's when they start to change. But why wait? Why don't we change in a state of joy and inspiration and not suffering? Because if we wait until we suffer, then we're going to just always wish we started early anyway, right? So just start now. And here's the statistic for you. Most people have 70% of their life is living in survival or stress. So they're pretty much just getting by. So they're always anticipating the worst case scenario based on their past experiences. And every time you produce that same event in your mind, your body thinks you're reliving it. You're creating the circuitry and the emotions that happen to that event, and your brain thinks you're reliving it. And most people just remember the negative stuff, so more than the positive. So think of maybe you win something, you win a game, or you won something at work for doing the best, being the best of the month, or you got into a broadcasting program that you try to get into in college. Me. You're gonna think, oh cool, I got in for a few hours, that's gonna be awesome. But if you don't get in and you take it kind of hard at heart, it's going to stick with you, and it could stick with you forever. And then there's a limitation that's sticking with you. We remember those negative moments so much more than the positive, and we tend to relive them, and our bodies just think that we're doing them over and over, just creating an identity of our limitations. So when you are ready for change, be ready, because it is going to feel uncomfortable. And it should. our brains are sending, or our bodies are sending signals to our brain that it's going to feel weird, and we're going to put a story to it. So our bodies are going to know we're not feeling the right way, and it's going to say, well, wait, you've been doing this for 20 years. You've been complaining, you've been making excuses, feeling guilty, feeling shameful for 20 years. Why do you want to stop now? So the body is going to, the subconscious mind, I always say body, it's the subconscious mind, 95% of us, is going to influence our body. And you know what you say? I'll start tomorrow. Or I'm not good enough, or this just isn't going to work, or this doesn't feel right, I'm never going to change. I've tried this so many times, it doesn't work. So the subconscious mind is so much stronger than your conscious mind, because it's conditioned to live in the past. Our minds also do keep the good patterns too, right? Things happen that we're on good autopilot for a while, but we just remember more negative stuff than the positive. So that's what's really building up limitations that we just need to learn how to let go. Then we can start working on our habits. So when you do like meditation or just a visualization, close your eyes and mentally rehearse like you're living that moment again. I mean, we do this during breakups all the time. Hi, Tammy. Breakups, right, Tammy? We relive them to figure out what happened, what went wrong. Our brain, and we're definitely putting an emotion to it, our brain thinks we're just going through that all the time, every day. And I know we think about that maybe 100 times a day if it's a recent breakup. So now what's going to happen when you meet the next guy? Yeah, you're going to have your guard up, right? So close your eyes when you're doing a meditation, because you really want to, or a visualization. It just can be a few minutes long. It does not have to be very long at all. 20 seconds, they say, is minimum, but that's very short. Visualize it, and if you're truly present and you're really putting an emotion to it, your body doesn't know the difference between if that's happening or not. So if you want a good outcome, start visualizing that good outcome. You'll start to install like a good software or hardware or whatever you want to call it into your programmed brain to make your body think you relive that event. And then guess what happens? You'll start to do, if you do that for a week, you will start to see things sync up automatically. Like if you're wanting to start your own business or write a book, you may automatically have your phone in your hand and start doing research. Like if you want to see how much publishers are or something, it's just those little steps of getting there. Or maybe you'll be at the store and you'll look for a little notepad to start scribbling notes in to write your book, which is another thing I'm doing. What else was I going to say? Yes, okay. So when we are stuck and we're feeling, like we're plateaued, we're always waiting for something outside to change how we feel inside. Or should it be, we feel inside to change how we feel. Wait, how does it go? I wrote a quote. We get stuck waiting for something outside of us to change the way we feel inside. We shouldn't do that. We want to create our environments by the way we think, opposed to having our environment change the way we think. So let me say that again. Let me just read this. So we get stuck waiting for something outside to change us, how we feel, the way we feel inside. So is this you? Does your environment create the way you think? Or does your way of thinking create your environment? There we go, I said it. I said it. So you want the latter. And when you do visualize, do not get up until you've really attached that emotion to it. Because that's when things will start to happen. Those things will start to get in sync. Just recently, I've been going to the store. I was like at Target. And I've been wanting to write a book. And I know that's like a 10-year plan. But I just want to get something like a little notebook. It makes it feel special, and just start writing, like, how am I going to even break this book up? What's it going to be about? So I started looking for that, and I didn't plan to. I just have been visualizing myself writing a book for like months, and I'm like, well, I need something to start helping me write down what I'm going to do. So I just went and started looking at binders or journals or whatever. So anyway, things will start to match up like that. And then you start to feel a little bit better, and then you'll get the snowball effect that I talk about a lot. Okay, well, soon, like I said, we'll be talking about more food-based and habits and less brain. I'm sure I've bored you guys with science and brain stuff, but I think it's really interesting. So go ahead and comment, like, have you visualized? Or have you mentally rehearsed, is another word for it. Or even meditation. Have you done that? Have you tried it? And if you are doing it, what are you visualizing? What is it that you want to happen for yourself? Like, what's a goal for you? And go ahead and comment that, because I love to hear other people's goals and their visualizations. And if they're having trouble with it, reach out. Let me know if you think it's not working or something. And I can give you some tips. But good. I will talk to you guys next week, or if not before. Have a good night. Bye.